End of semester assessment for intermediate life support for Kim Muir. Do you just want to state your ID number for me?
1693596.
Awesome. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Can I come in the room just
Yes, you can come in the room. Yep. Cool. So, you responded red to an 8-year-old child who has collapsed at home after severe shortness of breath with asthma. The time of day is today, like right now. You have an 8-minute response time and the address is 30 minutes from hospital. When you arrive, you find the child collapsed on the floor with their 15-year-old brother doing CPR. Alright?
Yeah, I've just got to work out some calculations real quick.
That's cool, you've got a minute to do that. I'll get you to come in. Nicole will shut the door.
So walking into the scene, I've got my PPE on. Is my scene safe?
Yep, as you find it.
Scene is safe, walking in. Hello.
Help! Help!
Okay. Nicole, can you talk over CPR, please? We're going to do high performance CPR. So my crew partner's just going to take over from you. So if you can count to 5 and she'll take over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to go and call my parents.
Okay. Okay. Rotary 1 to comms.
Go ahead.
Patient is R49. Can we please have R50?
Copy. They're 30 minutes away.
I'm putting the monitor into manual mode and I'm putting it on 100 joules for the patient's age. I'm attaching the pads. So as it's a child, we still want to follow the high performance CPR. So, right, hand on the femoral pulse, charging the monitor. Pause. Do I have a femoral pulse?
No.
No. That looks like a PA. Dumping that back on the chest, please. You can stay on CPR for the moment while I get an airway ready. We're going to change over in 2 minutes. So if you can please warn me a few seconds, 30 seconds prior, that would be really great. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to get that in a minute. So we're going to place an LMA. So I think the patient has had a cardiac arrest secondary to asthma. So placing an LMA. LMA is in place. 30 seconds to go. Okay. So I might get you to finish that. Okay. So charging the monitor. Hand on the femoral pulse. Pause.
No.
And femoral pulse, no pulse. PA dumping. If you can count me in, and we're going to swap over. And then if you can go towards the airway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. If you can please complete the airway and then come round to the side here. And we're going to prepare the IV gear. Once you've secured that, we're going to do 30 to 2, even though it's a paediatric. But we're doing 30 to 2 because of dynamic hyperinflation. So we're not going to put a COBS connector on, and we need to attach capnography as well. That's it. So capnography is collaborated. And oxygen. So that shock was at 2 minutes, the next rhythm check's at 4 minutes. Okay, oxygen on. Thank you. We don't have that long, so if you can just get the IV gear out. Just if you could pop it up by the wanted gear. And if you can also just bring out the fluid expiry date for me, please. Okay, sodium chloride, June 2020. 1, 2, 5, 6. Put your hand on the femoral pulse, please, and charge the monitor. Femoral pulse?
No.
Okay, so we have no femoral pulse. PA, disarm that, please, and come around and swap. I'm going to count you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remembering 15 to 2. So we're going to place 20K on the patient. IV adrenaline is a high priority due to the fact that it's an asthmatic cardiac arrest. Tension the valve. And securing the IV. So that shock is at 4 minutes, next shock is at 6 minutes. I'm going to set up my fluids as a running line. Expiry June 20. Fluids are attached. I now move on to my adrenaline. So if you can please warn me 20 seconds before rhythm change. So this is adrenaline, and its expiry is February 20. I'm going to draw up 9 mils of saline. 20 seconds. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to discard that. Hand on the femoral pulse. Charging the monitor. Pause. Do I have a femoral pulse?
Negative.
No. Disarm that. That's still not shockable. We're going to swap out. You can count me in, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. If you can come around and draw up the 1 milligram of adrenaline, you'll need a new ampule. And read out the expiry date for me, please. Okay, adrenaline, June 2020. Okay. And draw it up in the 10, yep, in the 9 mils of saline that I've got there. Okay. Draw it up. Starting ankle. And your drug is labelled. Because your adrenaline is drawing up and your drug is labelled. Okay, thank you. As adrenaline has a high priority, we're going to give that now. So what we're going to do is a rhythm check before that. So if you can put your hand on the femoral pulse, and I'm going to do a pause and do a rhythm check. And pausing. Do we have a femoral pulse? No femoral pulse back on the chest. You can please give. So I'm checking my drug doses, 0.2 milligrams of adrenaline into the running line. And you're going to pinch the port just above and below. So I'm doing 30 to 2 with my asthma because of dynamic hyperinflation, not 15 to 2. Okay, so I'm giving 2 mils, which is 2 milligrams, and flushing it Great, thank you. We're going to charge the monitor in 5 seconds. Charging the monitor, please. Hand on the femoral pulse. Pausing. Femoral pulse.
No.
No. Disarm that, please, and come around to swap. 12. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, we've given our first dose of adrenaline. That was at 7 minutes. So the next dose of adrenaline is at 11 minutes. I'm going to draw that up ready to go. Ideally, you should be drawing it off a 10 syringe so you don't have any drug errors. We have backup on the way. We've got an LMA in place. I'm just drawing off another 2 mils. So we need to be aware of tension pneumothorax in the case of a asthmatic cardiac arrest. So my next drug is ready to go and it is labelled. I've got my fluids running as my flush. We are doing high performance CPR. Okay, so that shock was at 8 minutes. Next shock is going to be at 10 minutes. What else am I prepared? Okay. We don't have vehicle BT, so we're not going to give any alloderone. 15 seconds before charging. So we're doing 30 to 2. Charging the monitor. Hand on the femoral pulse. Pause. Do I have a femoral pulse?
No.
No. Okay, back on the chest. Disarming that. That's a non-shockable rhythm. If you can count me in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9, 12. So we've got the next dose of adrenaline ready. And we're going to get that at 11 minutes. 11 minutes. 11, 12, 30. So that shock was at 9 minutes. Next shock. Oh, sorry, that was at 10 minutes. Next shock is at 12 minutes. If you can please give the next dose of adrenaline into the running line. We're going to do a rhythm check and pausing. Do I have a femoral pulse? No femoral pulse. Appears to still be P8 back on the chest. If you can please drop one more dose of 2 mils. So that was at 11 minutes. Next, adrenaline is at 15 minutes. We're going to do a rhythm change. Sorry, my timing was wrong with the rhythms. We're going to do a rhythm check now and we're going to swap over at 12. So charging the monitor and on the femoral pulse. And pausing. Do I have a femoral pulse?
Yes.
I do. Okay, disarm that please. We appear to have Ross. If you can please switch off the metronome, thank you. I'm going to get you to come around here and we're going to ventilate every 10 seconds because of dynamic hyperinflation. Okay. Right, so it's a higher rate. So, we have Ross. We need to move fast and slow. The patient is very unstable. They can rearrest at any time. Okay. We're going to start recapping our assessment from top to bottom. Airway, we have an LMA in place. We have chest and rise and fall, so it appears to be patent. If you can please attach PAPE and assess if the patient has any, sorry, that's a bit further away. We're going to set the PAPE at 5, and we need to assess if the patient has any spontaneous breathing. I'm going to do that auscultating the chest. The patient doesn't appear to be breathing spontaneously, so if you can please continue to assist his ventilations. We're going to attach oxygen saturations. This is a pediatric oxygen saturation. We're going to check central capillary refill time for perfusion. Okay, we have capnography attached. Bearing in mind that due to asthma, the capnography is due to be pretty high initially because of the retention of CO2. Okay.
So on oxygen, your patient is saturating at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Your end tidal CO2 is 80,
Mm-hmm.
and the skin appears to be pale, so your capillary refill time is delayed.
Okay, I'm not too concerned about that at the moment because of the reduced perfusion due to cardiac arrest. We're not going to adjust our ventilations, we're going to keep them as they are. I do expect it to be high with an asthma due to retention of CO2, so hopefully that should start to stabilise out. Our target range ideally is between 35 and 45 for our capnography. So I hadn't secured my IV line very well, so I'm just going to re-secure that nicely. Put the oxygen saturations back on. This is a pediatric blood pressure cuff. I'm going to do that. And get a blood pressure. I'm also going to try and establish if I've got a radial pulse. Do I have a strong radial pulse?
You have a radial pulse, but it is a bit thready, tacky.
Okay, so we've got a radial pulse, so that's a good sign. We've got blood pressure going. What's our blood pressure?
70 on 40.
So our blood pressure is relatively low. We do have fluids going at the moment, and we are going to adjust our fluids at 20 mils per kg post cardiac arrest, and we were giving a high dose during PEA, as that's 40 to 60 mils, but now he's ROS. We still have a status 1 asthma, so we still are going to continue backup. So I need to now do a temperature and blood glucose. I'll get you, if you have a spare hand. You can do a temperature, please, and I'll do a blood glucose. I'm doing a temperature. Okay.
36.
Blood glucose, 36. Okay. Blood glucose. Yeah, what's our blood glucose?
6.4.
6.4. I also want to do a 12 lead. And have a look at the heart rhythm. Lead on first. Is long, and I'm putting my 12 lead on the patient in the correct positions and attaching that to the monitor. I don't want to wreck the mannequin by sticking sticky dots on. So I have my 12 lead. What does my 12 lead come back as? Okay, so we've got a sinus tachy. Doesn't change our treatment at the moment. I'm still suspecting that he had his arrest due to asthma. Because of that, I'll check how far away backup is. Rotor 1 to comms, ETA on backup please.
Rotorua 1, your backup is still 15 minutes away.
Okay, I would consider calling clinical desk for adrenaline infusion due to a status 1 asthma patient with the aiding in bronchodilation and constriction of the pulmonary veins and arteries to reduce the edema from mucus plugging and inflammation associated with asthma. We're going to passively call the patient and we're going to consider extrication because backup's still 50 minutes away. We can package them ready for when backup arrives. I think that's us.
Cool. You can stop there. We just have a few questions. Thank you for doing that. Just tell me, I know you talked a lot in this scenario, but just tell me what you thought was going on here.
So, I think the patient has had a respiratory arrest due to asthma. Because of asthma, with the dynamic hyperinflation, we don't want to over-oxygenate the patient and we want to do a ratio of 30 to 2.
Why?
Because of the retention of CO2 within the lungs and dynamic hyperinflation. They're not getting the air out. We gave adrenaline to help with the bronchodilation and to reduce capillary permeability into the lungs due to the edema and inflammation from asthma.